My name is Mr. Anderson, and this is the news, the indie news for May 22nd. As you guys can see on your screen right here, we have already filmed this week exits off the Comic-Con highway. It's going to be a complicated week. We're going to try to break that down for you in the news program tonight. But before we get into any of that, this is indie news. So let's talk about the top stories from the site today. We had a massive update. We talked about a lot of topics. We're going to go through them as fast as we can, as quickly as we can to bring it to you immediately. Death Bag is we're going to launch off of, looking to launch off of Kickstarter starting Friday, May 25th. That's this Friday. We're here at summer, guys. Memorial Day is on its way. Free Comic Book Day had a huge reason to go to space. Southwest Florida Space Con. You got to check out this video. If you're on the fence about it, check it out. Something really cool is coming. And that's going to be in June. As a matter of fact, that is June 16th to the 17th. It's my next and only show in June so far. I'm actually might stay in the state of Florida for 1 month. Woohoo. And of course, I made a Indie Comic-Con Highway Indie Creators Roadmap for MegaCon because it needed to be. It's the mega issue, as a matter of fact, because there are so many creators. I have printouts to take with me. I am excited. I can't wait to get to MegaCon to see my friends and meet some amazing new people, I hope. That's why I buy a table, to meet new people. So we also filmed the Comic-Con Highway show, which we named the Mega Cherry of the Year. And you'll see why in just a few minutes. Diversity in comics takes a giant leap forward with a brand new autistic superhero written by an autistic creator. How amazing is that? We had a brand new Chuck Raw review, Saw the Lightning Wielder. Check out what Chuck thought of Saw the Lightning Wielder. Congrats to the creative team behind Salvagers, Havoc of Black Bane. Earlier today, they successfully launched off of Kickstarter. Speaking of last rites for Kickstarters, as one went out, we have 4 more that are amazing. You can talk when this issue is issue 21, which is White Lilies for Gentlemen's Sidekicks who play cat and mouse. You basically have a lot of time on some of them and little time on a few, so don't wait. Act now. Art of the Day is brought to us by James Eric Hudson, who gives us a look back at G.I. Joe comic. Not comic book. They were TV stars, I think. I think this was the team from the TV show. But they were also in the G.I. Joe 1980s comic books. Throwback thread to the Art of the Day. It's brought to us by Danny Smith, the amazing artist who brought us boobs. The Cthulhu Kids is a part of our Kickstarters, which we're going to go over all Kickstarters for now. And just skip them so we can get out some news. So we'll get back to it, though. I promised. We'll do it at the top, at the end of the show when we go through this week in Indie Comics. The creative process behind the writing, The Gentleman. A very interesting insight look to what exactly inspired Greg to write The Gentleman. There are 7 reasons to back Superscript. There's probably more, but these are 7 damn good reasons. Please read them today and support an amazing tool for creators and writers to be able to better get their scripts done in a cleaner and faster fashion. Black Alpha is on the rise. What does that mean? You have to click to find out about this amazing comic book that few of us might be knowing exists out there. It was covered by USA Today. There's an upcoming giveaway from the Boston Metaphysical Society. It is something fantastic and awesome, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. You got to press the link to find out more. This week from Source Point Press has some amazing things, including, and time is running out, a few hours left for free rewards down here at the bottom of the screen. And the creative process, The 5 Levelers, brought to us by Tyler James from Comics Tribe. And what are the 5 Levelers? Well, you're going to have to hit the button to find out. Build your collection with this exclusive merch at MegaCon, and time is running out for premium tickets, all for MegaCon. Act now, see what's going on. Get ready for the show happening in Orlando starting this Thursday, the 24th. The Starfall saga has begun on Facebook. Click the link to join in on the stars falling and become a fan. Stabity Pool, is coming to MegaCon this weekend. An alternate cover that will absolutely set your inner Deadpool fan crazy. Get to MegaCon and buy this. It's a limited edition. There will be no more than, I believe, 100 made. Indie Comic Book Spotlight in Your Wickedness. That's right. There's a new video from about a comic book from Short Fuse Media that is being spotlit. So check that out. Revel Rhodes is on her way to completion of her second issue, but you get the first one for free now. The Legend of Everett continues. That's right. Issue 3 is ready, begun work. Carl Yonder has completed the art for his Galaxian #1 variant cover. Time for letters and logos. Check it out now. This is the last page of Dr. Orange is about done, but he can't share any of the letters because that would ruin it. So instead, he gave us this hilarious Mimi. Open for commissions and character designs. Ariel S. Vola is asking you what you need, and she's got your back. Darkness is coming. What does that mean? Click the link to find out more. We got to look into Chuck's Pinot, like the wine. We got to look into the Void today. A throwback thread. We forgot to ask what cosplay she was, but we'll call her the Tamer. But who was she? This was from New York Comic Con, I want to say 2 years ago. Coming soon, the Rubble Kings. #1 from the Skeletal Press goes live July 13, 2018. I have a feeling that July 13th is a Friday the 13th this year. I might be wrong about that. Someone look up on a calendar. Actually, I can look it up on a calendar. Yeah, it's a Friday the 13th. So they're launching a Rumble Kings on Friday the 13th. That should be interesting. Solo, a Power Hour story. Talking Solo, all things Solo, best solo games, films, and more. The Power Hour of Love also is a brand new addition to the Indie Advocates Network. They are not an exclusive thing with us, but they have joined our ranks, and we'll be seeing more of them and some, maybe hopefully some articles from the creators behind the show. Congrats to the creative team behind the Stealth comic book series that successfully launched off a Kickstarter this week. Great Kickstarter, great run. Excited to read the book. Now in Indie Comic Previews or the Indie Comic Store is Cat and Mouse. Click this link and to find out about this Cat and Mouse, not to be confused with the one that we'll talk about in a few minutes. This is a different project. Sticky graphic novels, where are they going to be? We'll tell you coming up in just a few minutes. Remember, pledging as little as $5 can get you 6 PDFs in this brand new Kickstarter. What's the Kickstarter? Stay tuned for more. We had a throwback thread from WSN News. Tips and stories can be uploaded to our Facebook group. That's right. That's when we first started it over 2 years ago. By the way, we didn't really celebrate it. We did the 1 year anniversary last year, which really is our 3rd year anniversary of having a website. It was like our 5 year anniversary. It was a weird anniversary, but just as a note, so it's acknowledged, this is Creators of Written Sins, our home address. This is this week represents its 2nd year of operation. And in 2 years, we've gotten just about 22,000 subscribers. So huge upgrade from our original site. So I'm very proud of what we've done, but I have too much planned to worry about just celebrating 2 years. I don't think we'll have a serious celebration until we get to 5 years or 1 million subscribers. I think that's the next big goal. We're not going to every year pat ourselves on the back for not going anywhere because we're not supposed to go anywhere. It's said that most websites fail within the first year. We got past the first year. Now let's make it to our 25th, our 30th, our 50th year in supporting indie comics. Reign of Cthulhu is coming up later. You're going to have to stay tuned. And this was just this week in indie comics. Coming soon, the adventures of Seletos and Regis. I should have asked him how he pronounces that because I was hanging out with Michael Metlin this week. Honestly, fell in love with this Huntress. What a beautiful Huntress cosplay. Honestly, I thought it was Huntress. I was like, is that you, Huntress? Art of the Day from Ernest McLennan. I don't know if I got that one right, but, you know, do what you can. There's Richard Rivera, my good friend. I'm excited to be able to say that I'll be seeing him in just a few days. I'll have to wait on the velvet ropes as he's a special guest at MegaCon this year. Way to go, Richard. Throwback thread, Share Me, Jazz Midnight is now available on Amazon. This was one of the first things that we covered all the way back in the day, and it is still on Amazon waiting for you. And I believe this is the part where we'll go to This Week in Indie Comics because I see this just a lot of stuff repeating itself right now. So we're going to go on up here to This Week in Indie Comics. And now it is called This Week in Indie. We had mentioned this on an earlier show that we had to shorten the name because of a site, a WordPress upgrade made it too long. So we had to change some names. 2 names we changed were the Indie Previews Indie comic previews, we changed to Indie Preview Store. And This Week in Indie Comics, it just became This Week in Indie. So let's check out what's going on this week in Indie. And the Indie comic previews, I think we'll get more people to actually click that, so we can get more site views onto, well, more views onto the different books. And I think that's important. So this is the Comic-Con Highway Indie Creators Roadmap for Mega Issue. Now, I'd said this on an earlier program. Feel free to right-click and save the image to downloads and upload it onto your phone so you can come see us where we are in MegaCon Orlando. And I'll give you guys a shot of this, how massive that this is going to be. And we're going to go over it in just a second as I actually talk about it. So let me see. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to give you guys a quick peek at this. And I will have this with me at the Comic-Con. If you guys want a copy, just ask me for one. I've got 12 copies already, but I'll make like 2 or 3 more just in case someone wants one. The 10 copies are literally for all the people I've listed. So I'll print like at least 4 more. Stabity Pool is coming to MegaCon this weekend. Check them out. It's going to be an alternate cover. It's limited. It's going to be a table of 33p or 34p. They're right next to each other. Greg Kirkpatrick and Richard Rivera. Back and before they blast off, this is Kickstarter issue 21, White Lilies for Gentlemen Sidekicks Who Play Cat and Mouse. Remember I said it was a different cat and mouse? That's what I meant. And a final congratulations to the Stealth team. We put it in This Week in Indie Comics so we could acknowledge it, make sure we got it acknowledged. We didn't know how much of the news we'd get to. We had a lot of updates, as you guys have seen today. Coming to the Cherry Capital Comic-Con. I was calling it Cherry Capital City Comic-Con for some reason the entire time we were doing the Indie Comic, the Indie Comics Highway, Comic-Con Highway, and Comic-Con Highway show. So, at actually Cherry Capital Comic-Con, you will be able to see Dirk Manning, Pat Kowali, and Rob Humphrey. Now, if you're in Chicago, you'll be able to see Sticky graphic novels and Dale Lazarvo, who will be at booth B9 on the 3rd floor balcony of the International Mr. Leathers Market in Chicago. Now, check this out. And James Eric Hodson just showed up, a good friend of mine. I can't wait to hang out with him for a bit at the show. He should actually, you're about to be going to the show. You're about to drive, right, James? You should be driving to the show starting tonight or tomorrow, right? He's about to hit the road. He's one of the people going to be at MegaCon. Here's the list, and we have on our show an exact list of where everyone's going to be. We've got the little form right here, which will tell you. And just because James showed up, I'm going to give you guys where he's going to be. James is going to be at MegaCon AA 219A. He leaves tomorrow. Brian doesn't have as much of a drive. Brian, you're up in North Florida, right? You're near the Panhandle, if I'm not mistaken, or like Orlando area, so you don't have as much. But James definitely has got to drive. He's coming all the way from Michigan. But let's get back to telling you everyone who's going to be there. So here's the list. Ready? This is all going down at MegaCon, and this is just a fraction of the amazing people you can meet in Orlando, May 24th to 27th. Me, Mr. Anderson, I'll be there. My sister will be at the table with me, Shorty, and Jax, of course, will be with me at the show. So it's going to be a family affair for indie advocates. Stabity Bunny and his creator, Richard Rivera, are going to be there. Eric Hudson's going to be there. He's in our chat room right now. I'm excited to talk to him about our opinions on our mutual work in The Fourth Monkey. Hopefully we'll be able to see it by then. I think it's releasing any time now. Oh, he's 40 minutes. Brian's only 40 minutes from MegaCon. Yeah, I'm not jealous at all, Brian. Brian's also going to be in MegaCon, by the way. That's why I'm talking to Brian about it. Along with Fire Girl, Natalie Menken, David Bryan, Charles Watson, Martha Schwartz, Austin Janowatsky, Kitchen Killers, Katrina Textor, Ross Hughes, and Andrea Lorenzo. And we had this. It was Molinare, and more. We had just talked about that. I think I'm getting closer with it. I'm definitely going to nail it next time you guys hear me. Comic-Con Highway, Southern Exit. This is going to be in Texas. Davy Jones, Jason Schultz, Douglas Brown, Rob Molinari, And Harold White, who's doing panels with me. That's right. I have a panel in Texas at 3:30 on Saturday. How am I going to be at MegaCon and in Texas at the same time? Stay tuned for more. We did Kickstarter talk back last week. We're going to be filming the new one tomorrow, but this one was stealth it up while bringing Havoc and White Lily with a new sidekick. We're going to do a brand new one tomorrow, but before we talk about that, let's talk about the R4AU Autistic Jedi campaign, which is educating and advocating for special needs children. That's their sole purpose. Autism Awareness is dedicated to our daughter, Tori, the Autistic Jedi. Our mission is to advocate for awareness and acceptance. The verbal and nonverbal alike deserve a voice for equality. We will be that voice. Contact us for information on how we can help you raise awareness for research and funding and understanding. And remember, supporting a Kickstarter only takes a single dollar. That's right, $1 can show support, attract attention, help fund projects, support creators, and create new worlds to stop that fucking reboot culture we live in. Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, second edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding by Madeline Holly Rising, who is the author and who has brought to life the Boston Metaphysical Society, which we just talked about a few minutes ago, giving away some cool stuff. Go back to our main page to see what I'm talking about. Let's talk about some amazing comic books. The Fist issue 2, set in the 1900s Philadelphia. The Fist is a tale of Riley Reese, a working-class stiff with an affection for vigilante justice. Stealth comic book series launch. Alan White must learn to educate the youth of Tremenous City while educating criminals as the vigilant hero, which, by the way, they've successfully funded, so congratulations to them. This is a miscue that it's actually here. White Lily, issue number 2, World War II comic book making series in issue number 2 of 5 right now. And our heroines enter their first combat situation, and Lily becomes the first woman in world history to score a confirmed kill. And it's actual factual, which I think is amazing. The Gentleman number 1, The Darkness of the Void. Oliver O'Solomon, a.k.a. The Gentleman, finds his next case to be a tale of Lovecraftian horror. Superscript, the comic book writer's sidekick, the first text editor built solely for writing comic books and graphic novels. Writers, meet your new sidekick. Seriously, some great stuff. I've used it. I really dig it. I like it. I even backed it for $100, so I have license for life. Cat and Mouse, the first of 4 issues miniseries set in the city of New Orleans, an action, crime, drama, comic miniseries by Roland Mann. And you guys can see more about Roland Mann as he's actually the guy who is part of the panels right here and how to create our last panel that we filmed and put on the site. He's doing great, by the way. Very proud of him. Great, strong showing. The Power Knights, number 4, once known as the Tyrants of the Galaxy. The Power Knights are inspired by 2 brothers to become heroes of Earth. Go West. We're back here to talk about the collected edition of a 96-page graphic novel written by Garrett Gunn. Walls, a tale of medieval horror. Walls is a historical fiction horror set in the era of the Black Plague. Galexia, Freak or God. Galexia is Fallout meets Borderlands in a world 100 made of snow, ice, and weirdos. Be ready to get your heart frozen and your mind blown. Bobby Fulton, The Fantastics, 1980s wrestling royalty. Remember pro wrestling in the 1980s? The hair, the flashy costumes, the swagger. No tag team personified it like the Fantastics. There's a tongue-twisting word. Funding for the Terracano comic book is being done 1 t-shirt at a time. That's right. Check out this campaign where you can rock some amazing t-shirts and help make a comic book today. The Phantom Hawk returns as the Phantom Hawk adventures continue in this new ongoing series with Apache Comics. Elk Mountain, new to the show, we'll learn more about it tomorrow, is a 64-page graphic novel about the role superheroes play in the communities they defend, as well as how fear can tear communities apart. Cthulhu Kids, first edition, Cosmic Terror and Mythos Madness, a Lovecraftian school for the naughty offsprings of the Mythos characters. Join Kid Cthulhu, Sidney Shaggoth, and the rest of the gang. Click here now to find them on Kickstarter. Rusty and the Warriors of Dion, an epic and fantasy tale about a young Marriage on a Quest for Vengeance, and the great Richard Rivera, the guest of MegaCon, the guy who will have the velvet ropes I have to wait on to come see him, has joined us in the chat room. Richard will be, of course, at MegaCon. We just mentioned that a few minutes ago with that amazing Stabby Bunny Deadpool variant crossover. Well, not crossover. It's just I'm calling it Stabby Pool. Reign of Cthulhu, augmented reality game. Reign of Cthulhu combines t-shirts, mobile devices, and augmented reality into one fun-filled, immersive Lovecraftian game experience. Project Axis. Project Axis is a serialized science fiction book about a young man's journey to recover the identity which he lost. Homeward is a science fiction comic book for youth done in an interesting way. It's not on Kickstarter. It's not on Indiegogo. Click the link to find out how you can support Homeward today. And, you know, obviously we have a lot going on with all the different places to visit. A lot of great Kickstarters. It's a great week for indie comics. Make sure you support an indie creator by going out this weekend. But I'd also like to say to enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. We will be filming this week in indie tomorrow, probably during the day. I'm aiming to do a news program at night. Just don't hold me to it. It depends how much my day goes away. I just found out today that my brother-in-law is having surgery, so that could complicate my day. It's nothing serious, luckily, but still, I'm gonna try to be helping out my family, so that could run into some conflicts with timing. I will get Kickstarter talk filmed, and I'm committing to get I'm gonna mention that in a minute, James. I am gonna commit to getting This Week in Indie filmed, which is basically this part of the show where I film it so it can be going on. And exciting news, Dinosaur Man episode 5 dropped yesterday. As a matter of fact, that's exciting for me because when I get off this program, I'm going to go catch up with the dreaded Dinosaur Man. I love that webcomic. If you guys aren't hooked on that yet, you're doing something wrong. And I'm going to quickly see, this is what happens when you show up at the show. You get some free plug-in, and that's what's going to go on here. I'm going to find the dreaded Dinosaur Man right now for everyone to see. Where's that search button? Go in here. We can do dreaded. That should do it. Unless I'm spelling dreaded wrong, which is always possible. But I'll take a sip while we look. And here we go. You just type dreaded into our search thing. Click on the link. And then you can have this amazing comic by just clicking here. Well, it's a web comic. You can't have it. You can view it. It's on Webtoons. I'm going to give you guys a taste. Just the tip of the iceberg. Don't get dirty. And this is the dreaded Dinosaur Man. And you're going to have to click the link to go further now. Eric needs those site hits. Everyone needs those site hits because it matters, man. Always check it, double check it. Look at it once a week. Remind yourself of how awesome it is. As we close up the show, like I do every news program, I want to take a minute to thank and encourage you guys to go check out The Veteran's Wife on Facebook and thank the veterans for their service. Check out The Veteran's Wife and see how you can support our veterans today. Thank you to all veterans. We truly appreciate your service. We would like to give an extra special thank you to the veterans that do not want to be recognized, the silent, stoic veterans. For the horrors that they have seen in war is to them nothing to be thanked for. They don't put it out there for the world to know, for they are truly struggling, for they are now battling their own war here at home. You are not alone. You are loved and appreciated, and you will always be our hero, even if you refuse the title. My name is Mr. Anderson, and if you want me to advocate for you like we advocate for everyone else, please send us an email at indieadvocates@yahoo.com. And remember this Memorial Day weekend to support indie comics at a local show or on Kickstarter. And if you guys have any thoughts, concerns, or ways that we can improve the experience, please send us an email at indieadvocates@gmail.com, and we will try to implement your suggestion. Thank you for tuning in, and you guys have a great Memorial Day if I don't get to talk to you tomorrow in the news.